today's class, like this is what, the 4th day of camp, right? So you guys got a lot of jujitsu in your minds right now. So what I like to do is this isn't going to be like some mind breaking, like, not going to be anything crazy. We're just going to go in different ways that I like to break down somebody in the turtle position. I wrestled in high school, not like Eric, nothing to his level whatsoever, but there are some different things that I remember from high school wrestling that we can use to break somebody down in the turtle. I also like to use a clock choke or chokes to break people down. I'm not necessarily trying to choke them with it, but I don't like them being in turtle because either they're really flexible and they can get really low, they get their hips back, they settle their hips back real good, or they're just big. I can choke them and break them down that way. They have to do something, right? If I start choking somebody, they have to do something. If they don't do something to address that issue, they're going to get tapped out. So I win, right? So, Paul. I said that. Hit that. Right? So, just like I said, this is going to be a more laid-back class. Just like different ways that I think about somebody in turtle is I just think of them simply as a table. That's it. Right? So I got 4 legs. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just trying to knock out either 1 opposites each side, 2 here or 2 here. That's all I'm trying to do. Now the way that I do that, well then that's where the fun starts. We can start twisting. We can do a whole bunch of, you see people do the crucifix. I'm just breaking down the turtle, that's all. But I can enter that. I can do that by entering into different submissions and different things. Right? So, if Paul's like way far back after he gets warmed up, we're still a little tight this morning. Somebody that sits way back, trying to get, really? Are we still doing this? Right? It's 2018. I'm not doing this anymore. All right? We're not coming up and trying to. I'm not doing that because that's going to happen and I'm going to end up over here. And I'm not going to be on his back. And Paul's still going to be right here, and it's going to be stupid. So I started getting away from stuff like that, from trying to come in here and force my hook in and all this other stuff. Because now you got foot locks, like people foot lock like crazy. So if I can't see my foot, I don't like that. All right? If I stick my foot in here, you can do some really funky things when I can't see my foot, like right there. And then what? So what I started doing when I started breaking down the turtle was not worrying about getting my feet in, but more worried about keeping chest to back contact in a really tight seatbelt. Some guys like to go from, God bless you. I like to go from back here. I'm too light to be back here on Paul. He's going to throw me off. I'm just too light. So what I like to do, and again, I'm just talking about different things. About turtle, we haven't gotten into how to break it down yet. I want to be on one hip. I'm going to put all my weight on one hip. I don't care about this hip. I want to make him get tired on one side. So I'll just put all my weight on here. Sometimes when I'm in here, I'll turn in, I'll put my knee, and I'll just start driving my knee in. Start giving him a little Charlie horse, And then now I'm in a position where I can start getting ready to break him down. I'm not here, right? I'm not doing this. Sorry, Paul. I'm not trying to force this. I can. Bring that arm in, or arm out. Now I can start breaking him down a little bit, right? But I'm just right here. Right? Nice and just feeling him, I'm not here, so there's no weight on him. Just resting on his hip, if Paul moves, he's going to have to carry me. Right? He's carrying me right now. I can feel that. If he tries to start turtling or moving around in the position, he's just going to carry me everywhere I go. And I'm always trying to get hip, right back to hip. That's my goal. I want to try and get my hip attached right back to his hip as soon as I can. All right? So just to warm up, guys, we're just going to do some simple, just move around the body. All right? How many people have never seen this drill before? No? No problem, right? So, I'm just going to start on one side. Keep my hands here. The way that we're going to do this drill is there's a step. Here. Some people put it here. Some people will come here. But just for the drill, I'm just going to step. Knee goes down, just like this. This step is going to open up. Comes over. More or less. Let's make a circle. Don't even worry about it, like what it looks like. We just want to do this. Just feel ourselves around our opponent, around our training partner, just to warm up. I just want you guys to break a sweat. All right, we don't do the clap thing, all right? Just go make it happen. Little movement drill, guys. That's a really cool drill. All right, it's a really good drill to do to warm up and just to feel yourself moving on the opponent when they're turtled, right? So the one we're going to do today is literally probably the most gross motor skill we can probably do, and I'm going to go on this side so I don't crush my phone. Okay. This is just for like the person who's like super flexible. Like you can't push them that way. I can't bring them this way. All right, this is the simplest thing we're going to do today. All right, so when we're here, right, we're like, oh, I just can't break them. I can't, Paul's like, he's like a jiu-jitsu. He's like, you're not getting me. I don't think so. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do, right, because all of their pressure and all of their energy is going this way, I'm going to go that way. All right, not straight back, that way, right? Because you see Paul's foot right here. On both sides, his toes are pointing in, right? Which tells me I can break him over his shin. I'm just going to play this way real quick, Paul. I can bring him this way easily. That's why we put our feet like that. If Paul puts his toes the other way, points his toes out, he's going to break his foot. So we point our toes in. But I can also use that against my opponent. All right, he's already halfway over for me already, just because he's pointing his toes in that way, right? So what I'm going to do is when I'm here, I'm like, I can't get him. He's just too deep. He's too heavy. He's just too strong. Sorry. Hand goes in the collar. Other hand's going to go in the belt. Just like this. Knuckles in the spine. Knuckles in the spine. And I'm going to hop. This foot right here goes right to that leg. And I'm going to pull him back. And reach right around immediately. I don't care if you get a choke. Grab a wrist. Grab something. This movement isn't made to be done slowly. Like this needs to be, oh my God, I'm flying. That's what I need, right? And this works. It works very well because trust me, this person is like, oh my God, I'm going in the opposite direction. Especially if like you get that spinning, right? You're fighting somebody in turtle and they're like, man, I just cannot break this human being down. Get that spin going, lift them up. Little guy jiu-jitsu, right? So we're here. Man, Paul's just too tight. Too tight. I can't get a knee in. Can't get this. Can't get nothing. Try tickling him. Nothing works. All right. Get those fingers in there. All right. I can't have a loose grip. I need to. When I move, he needs to be moving too, or else he's going to stay here, and I'm going to be over there. Defeats the entire purpose. I'm here. Once I'm here, too, I'll put weight on him. Because I want him, see, that's exactly what I want. The moment that I do that, he's gone. So as soon as I feel that, if I get here, or seatbelt, 2-on-1, here. Oh, you want to see that? I'm good. Good. You guys want to, it's not that hard. That's why I wanted to teach it. All right. All I want you guys to do is end up in that seatbelt, over, all right? And the easiest way to do it, I'm not going to switch, so I'll go back to purple. I'm not going to pull him this way and then go this way. I'm going to go this way because he's already here. You know what I mean? There's really no difference me going here and doing this and doing that. Except now, we're just getting really, really dynamic with our movement. You know, I can make myself, being a little guy, feel much bigger than I am. Now, if I do this on a bigger guy, we're not going to fly over there. But I don't need to fly over there. That's not my goal. My goal is to get him right here. Right? And that's all I need to do. But when you get bigger guys, you're going to have to get down there, use that booty. All right? It's not just for looks. It's a muscle. So again, not working. Not working. Bam, bam. And this, what if he tries to roll to this shoulder at the same time that I do this? So Paul's like, all right, I'm not going to let you do that. So he's going to try and go invert on this shoulder. So he's, because I have these grips. The belt and the collar. Even if we end up here, it doesn't matter. He's still going to have to defend this. And I broke down the turtle. We're not in turtle anymore, right? Mission accomplished. Now, in this case where we're here, I still wouldn't come here. I'd probably feed this through first, then here. You know, some guys, school of thought, staying on the elbow, coming this way. Other guys are here. Either way. Biggest thing is we broke down the turtle. All right? Everybody got that? All right. So, as you can see, there's going to be some bodies flying around. So please just keep an eye out for everybody else on the mat so we don't hurt each other. Because you do need to, you know, I'm here. And I'm like, all right, it's, you need to jump. All right? So grab your partners, guys. We'll do 5 minutes each, so everybody gets a nice 5 minutes of booty building squats, and then we'll go from there. What's your angle?
Angle?
You see how you went to your hip? Go right back, Paul. So if you find this happening where you're falling to your hip and you're pulling them past you and they're going on their back, it's because you're not falling on your butt. You're pulling, like, I'm not going to put it up, Paul. You're here and then you're doing that. So now I'm actually getting them out of the back when I do this because their back is on the mat now. And what's one of our first things we want to do when somebody has our back is get our back to the mat. So we have to make sure that when we do this, I'm here, I jump right on my butt. That's it. I don't want to, if I'm here, that's what's going to happen. You're going to pull them past. If I'm here, I'm going to pull them past. So I want to fall directly on my butt, right here. And they're going to be right here. All right? Now, some important details here, guys, because we're going to go into a different movement after this. I think the next one you guys are going to have, it's a little choke. We're going to have fun. Because I'm only going to show two different things to break down the turtle. That was one of them. It's pretty easy. Right? But some things, some detail we need to be very, very cognizant of, right? Because I use big words and can't pronounce them. Good job. Right, so this. We need to make sure we hold on to this belt for all that it is worth. All right, because what's going to happen is if I hold this belt, I have his hips. If I don't have his hips, I don't have his neck. I mean, that's that simple. I need to control Paul's hips in order to control Paul's neck. Right, so when I get in here, right, and I'm not just flat, guys. I want my knuckles on his spine. And I want my knuckles on his spine. All right, that's very important. All right, because it's going to cause a reaction. That's all I want. All right, because if I think I'm just going to come here, I'm just going to lift Paul up, yeah, okay, next question. All right, but if I can get Paul moving that way already, how much you weigh, Paul?
200.
Paul weighs 230. Paul weighs 200 pounds, right? But if I can get that reaction, I can make Paul weigh 140, right? I'd rather have a 140 Paul than a 200 Paul. So this is a 200 Paul. Coming here and getting heavy on him. That's a 140 Paul. All right, you guys see the difference there? Does that make sense, guys? All right, for little guys, little guy jiu-jitsu, that's important stuff. I need to be able to do that. All right, because I'm not going to try and fight 160 versus 230 or 200. All right? So another thing, guys, when I do this, right, and I pull them, make sure we control this. I saw a bunch of guys, when you guys went and pulled them, you immediately just got rid of this belt. I need that belt because I'm going to pull his hips into mine. I need to have contact inside my hips, right with Paul's hips. So I pull them, boom. I don't let go of this. If you guys were looking down from above, you'd see there's space between my hips and Paul's hips. No bueno. Pull them in. Right? And what if I'm here and he, all right, pulls his knees up to his chest? Because that's probably what's going to happen. No big deal. Immediately go here. I still have control. Paul's got a problem right now. This. So even if I don't have the hooks in, don't think all is lost, because it's not. I just have to start moving them around, and then I can get my hooks, right? But I started getting out of the habit of thinking this immediately, all right? Because why am I fighting for these hooks after I break down the turtle and I'm not getting it, but guess what? This is right here. So I get my chest on his back, and I get right in Paul's ear, and this is where I'm staying the whole time until I get my hooks in. We were getting real close. All right. Foot placement when I'm falling backwards, right? So actually turn your butt facing that way, Paul. Right, so when I'm jumping up, guys, I saw some folks putting your toes like this on the leg. Don't do that, you'll break your foot. That's what you were doing? So, you saw. Right here, just like that. Right, I'm just making a block. That's it. So as you can see, if I keep the block right there and I just walk back and pull Paul, he's going to fall. Because he can't base with that foot. And that arm isn't going to be enough to stop me and him once we start moving. Right? So when we jump up, guys, right here. Feet just like this. And it's easy. Just there. And they should be somewhere in this vicinity. Right. So just a couple details, guys, on that movement. The next one we're going to do, right? It's a choke that I like to do, but we're going to use it to break down the turtle. We're not going to choke them from here. All right, we're actually going to choke them in a bow and arrow. All right. Sorry, how many guys here know the clock choke from here? All right. And if you don't worry. All right. So we're here. I come in, open up. I can either grab the wrist and come inside the thigh and grab the other lapel, and then step, bam. Right? What happens if you just got some dude who's just like a beast? Right? They're just, no, not today. Well, I have an answer for you, sir. It is today. We're just going to finish this from a different position. Right? I'm going to use circles to make this choke even worse. And make me being small end up being big by using circles, right? So when I go in here, right, and again, guys, same principles. I'm on one hip, nothing changes. Be careful with this arm in here that he doesn't suck this arm up and roll you over, because then we're in the world of cocky, right? So I'll keep my hand on the thigh, right here. That way if he tries to grab something, I just push. Hand on the thigh. If I'm here, bad things can happen, real bad things. Paul's a wrist locker, so I gotta be right here, right? Everybody knows. So when I'm going to set my choke up, I'll open this up, right? Sit up, Paul. I'll reach in and I'll pull it out. I don't want my full wrist inside that, because now he's gonna lock my wrist against his ribs. Even if he doesn't I'm just talking about just holding it there. Yeah, with your, just pinch that. Yeah, and now I'm gonna have to fight hard. How many guys have gotten stuck here forever? So guess what other thing can happen, right? So sorry, we're going to get off topic for a minute, but go back down. All right, so say I'm here and Paul does that to me. Same position almost, right, guys? Same thing. I can get that same grip. Right? So I'm here, I open up, pull it away. This one, now, we're all friends here, but if this was something else, boom, hard. I can't punch, but I can put that fist on their face and move their face. Then I'm going to open it up. Right? Now, this is going to work if we have a looser clock choke because we just can't get it, or if this guy's just a beast. But what I'm going to do is this knee is going to go right to the mat. This hand is going to go high inside the thigh, and I'm going to spin so my back ends up that way. And we're going to end up in a kind of like a little funky bow and arrow choke. Right? So I come here, I'm going to slide, get heavy, knee, rotate. Right? We're not here. My hand's going to be inside the knee. Right? See how my shoulder's a little bit loose? I'll shrug, want the back of the neck right on my bicep. Right? Because what he's going to do most likely is try and pull my elbow off. So what I do is immediately, as soon as I get here, tighten my position up. Boom, boom, boom. Right here. Right? It's not the normal bow and arrow, but I'll take my hand, goes right inside his knee. Shin's going to go right in the hip joint. We're going to get the same exact thing. Say again? Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Where do you want me, Tom?
So we can see that end part.
Oh, so I'll have to do it backwards, okay. So well, this is fine right here. Right, so again, here, heavy. Hands on the thighs, hands on the elbows, not getting stuck in here, right? We come in, open it, pull back. Now my hand's not stuck. He's gonna have to reach far to get that hand. But guess, haha. So he goes to get that, he opens this up. Right? Moment that happens, this hand goes right to the mat. Inside the thigh, deep. I need to control that hip. Knee's gonna go right to the mat, like right towards his elbow. And then I'm going to get heavy on this shoulder, roll. And I have to pull. Open it back up. Ball's heavy. We're not going fast. Right? So once I'm here, guys. Right? Once I'm here, right? If this doesn't feel comfortable, come here. Either one. Because guess what else is here? We have knee bars here. If this gets loose, there's a lot of stuff we can play with. Right? But I'm here. Bicep. Forearm pinching the neck. Here. Knee. I'm going to finish it here. Right? It's like a bow and arrow. Right? Guys, questions on that? Want to just get at it? Get after it? All right, do it up, guys. 5 minutes one person, 5 minutes next person. Good? A little bit? Yes, maybe, no? Hate it?
Can you show the detail on the shoulder?
Good segue. No, that wasn't even a segue. Whatever. Right, so some details when we do this, guys, right? So when we do this, doing this slow and we're drilling, I want you to drill it slowly, all right? But when you're doing this movement, in reality, it needs to be fast. Again, it's a surprise. And there's different things I can do that are gonna make me control his body without me having to do too much work, if that makes sense. So when I'm here, guys, remember, I'm here in this position on the hips. I'm nice and athletic, all right? I don't want to be here, all right? Because I'm not heavy. I'm here, resting right on that thigh. Hands are on, I like to put my hands on the thighs so I know where my hands are. Back of triceps. Here, I can see my hands. If we're in here, like I said before, this isn't a place I want to be for very long. You know, if I'm going to grab lapel, maybe I'll grab under his armpits so Paul can't grab me. He's going to have to get weird to grab me, right? So again, come in, open up, lapel. I don't have to pull it hard, guys, because remember, I need to come in with this other hand. So if I'm pulling this really hard, I'm killing my choke, right? So I'll open this up nice and loose. Here. Now, once I'm here, hand goes into the thigh, right? But I'm going to shoot here. Right? And get heavy right here. When I decide to start rolling and my knee goes to the mat, guys, this shoulder is going to go on Paul's head, and I'm going to control his spine like that, right? And you're going to see this is going to be very, very easy. So I come here. As I come here, I do that. Very easy. If I don't feel like I'm good there, maybe I don't come across, come on the other side. Maybe I just right around the knee. Come here. Same thing. When I'm here, you see all this space? Not good. Peck, right on his scapula. Boom. All right, you guys see what I did to his head there? Put weight on his head, everything comes here. He immediately will go right to this side because I'm controlling his spine. If I can control his spine, I can control that turtle. And I can break him down at will. More questions, guys?
Do it one more time slow, please.
Yeah. So we're here, I got my good position, right? I'm not in danger of getting swept, of getting rolled, right? Right along his spine, I'm not too far one way, not too far the other way. Here, right? Come in, open pull. You guys see how I'm not just reaching? I'm here. Why wouldn't I not make him carry more of my weight? Instead of just reaching. Right? Hand comes in. Head. See my knee? Same thing as the head. Knee goes to the mat, head goes to the mat, I turn. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Because I didn't like this right here. So I'm going to come here quick. Shoulder, bicep, forearm. Along one side of the neck, along the back of the neck. I don't want paw here. Everything's gone. Here. Pec, right on the scapula. Now, it doesn't look like my shin is in his hip, right? So what do? Open up the leg and bring it over. I'm here right now, so I'm not going to get a good, I could finish a choke here, but I'm not over. Control, fix it again, fix it again, fix it again. Now choke. Perfect. Any more questions, guys, on that? No more questions? Anything anybody was having an issue with? How about, yes?
How do you ensure that you keep your leg when you roll over? Is it just your arm? Just an arm? Just the leg?
So when I really do this the way, like so for me and Paul are here, and I open this up and I'm here, it's really like I'm jumping over it. Correct, correct, correct. Boom, boom, like, boom, boom, correct, correct. Boom, correct, correct, boom, 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 boom. All right. So when I come over, this hand opens up. All right, so you see what I can do with that hook? That's what I want to do with it. That's why it's important. I'm going to use it to push out. Drop the head. This is pulling, pulling, pulling. I might scoot out. Fix, 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 fix. Answer your question? Yeah. A lot of detail there, guys, but I mean, it's a fun position. You can use circles. You know? There's other ways to break down the, I mean, one of the easiest ways is literally just come here, chest to chest. But nobody's going to let you do that, so. There's really no reason even to show it. I mean, you might get that every once and again, you know, but I mean, I highly doubt anybody is just going to let you do that to them, you know. If I come like this to Paul, here, or here, he's probably going to attack this arm. This Paul's good. Especially if I come here. He has an arm bar if he just turns his back to me. All right, so I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So, guys, no more questions on that? All right, well, you know, I hope you guys could take some of the stuff that I taught with the no-gi and then the stuff with this today, and I hope you can use it in your game. If you can't right now, no worries. I don't take it to heart. It's not mine. I didn't invent it. I just put my spin on it. All right, guys. Paul, thank you very much, brother. What else did I say? One thing I didn't preface my first class, guys, just understand everything that I'm showing you is what works for me. All right, this is what I've whittled down over the last 16 years that works for me. So if it doesn't work for you right now, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. You know, just keep playing with it, keep working it, get submitted while you're trying it. All right, don't be afraid to get submitted. It's very important. It's good for your heart, good for your soul. All right. Guys, anybody that wants to come stay with me, I live in Connecticut. You guys are more than welcome to come stay, as long as arrangements are made and I can get out of work, as long as you're not allergic to cats. And I say this to every camp, as long as you're not weird, because once the door closes to my house, you ain't leaving. Just letting you know that right now. So if you're weird, don't come through, because now's you can't leave. All right, for all you Bronx Tales fans out there. All right. Guys, thank you very much. And can we just line up over there? I just want to get a quick picture, guys. Thank you.